So you have a pretty athletic family. That's
Yeah.
what dad played football, mom played volleyball at Grambling, and then your brother played basketball at Baylor and now Houston.
Yeah.
So talk about just the atmosphere growing up, and are y'all an ultra competitive household, or are y'all a little more chill and it's just when you're on the field you're competitive? Or?
Like honestly, it's like everything we do. It's always been like win or loss since we were like kids. Like we used to play at night before every night before we went to bed, and like it was like a big deal if you won. Like it was like that's how competitive it was. And like even playing board games and like we're on the road on road trips. Me and my brother playing tic-tac-toe in the back, and I'm crying because he beat me. Like it's stuff like that. Like it sounds funny, and I look back on it now and be like, oh, that was funny. But at the same time, like, that's just how we were raised. We're super competitive now. Ultimately, like they set like the groundwork like for me. I'm the youngest. Not just them. My uncle, he played at Nebraska. There are a couple of people who played college football. So there's a lot of people who have had a lot of influence on me to get to this point where I am today. And probably the biggest one though is definitely my brother. Like he's only 4 years apart, and I like saw his progress and this journey with my own eyes. And I live in the same house, like seeing his work ethic and the sacrifice he put in and the decisions he had to make. And like as a kid, you don't really understand because like at the time I was like, man, like he's going through the process. But like as I got older, I started having my own creative process and going through my own thing. Like he was the first person I called because I know he'd been through it. So there was a lot of fights growing up over silly stuff, honestly, over either real life basketball or 2K. Like it doesn't really matter. But no, it's the environment that we grew up in is something that just fosters a competitive nature, but at the same time it pushes us to be better.
Is there any particular game, like a board game or something, that you dominate the Cryer household in that one game?
Yeah, so when I was younger, I was obviously as a kid, I was the youngest one, so they didn't really take me seriously, Like as I got older, I remember I came home from Christmas or for the board game last year. I came home, was there for like 2 days. I walked the floor with everybody. My brother was back in town. Mom and dad was there, like they couldn't touch me. Yeah. And I made sure when I left them to go to Miami, I made sure everybody knew that I was a reigning champion in the house. So I kind of hold my stock to that. But like honestly, like until I got older, he used to beat me in everything. Like he honestly, and I can say this now because now it's when we're even able to do stuff. But like I remember when I was young, it was different because he's older than me, so he's like we were playing video games. He has a little bit more of a advantage a little bit and some of the rules and stuff, but like he used to beat me in everything. Like I just like honestly hated it. I hated losing, and I couldn't do anything about it. He was always win, but as I got older and like I let anytime really I beat him in anything, it's a big deal. Like he was excited about the college football game that came out in the summer as much as I was. When he played, I beat him. And, yeah, he hasn't touched me since. So I hold those things that you may not seem or may not seem so serious. I hold those things seriously. So you can't beat me. So that's all I know.
I'll say I got a 7-year-old, so I'm getting Una's starting to get serious because now it's like I don't have to let her win as much. Now I can start to be like, we gotta learn some life lessons.
Right.
Sometimes you don't get to beat dad because I'm better than her. So now we'll get some Una on that. I got real competitive right now. Is this right? So you hit 321 with 5 triples and 2 home runs in baseball your senior year?
Personally, baseball is my favorite sport. It's always been something that I just gravitated towards, and I got a lot of love for the game. And I always tell we got BJ on the team, Cam, a couple of who's gonna start playing the game. I'm telling them, man, like y'all, Ada Catrell, someone who plays linebacker, he was big on baseball in high school too. I tell y'all, like y'all can't mess with him. But it's the competitive nature we have on the team, and type of guys we got on the team. Like it's super fun to talk about, and honestly, I think I'm pretty good. So not as good as the top tier one, but I think I can hold on.
So I want to talk about just on the field this year. I know you seem to have really kind of found another gear this year. We look at kind of your marquee game, right? Being the Duke game, right? 7 tackles, 5 solo, 2 TFLs. And this doesn't say you were bad before, but you've improved substantially this year. And I think that's been a huge talking point on the fan base. Just what do you feel like's really clicked this year?
Just for me, honestly, it's just the confidence. The type of people we have on the team and the type of guys we have, like they're really supportive of each other, right? And honestly, like you can have those people that are encouraging and uplifting you, but at the end of the day, you still kind of have to believe in yourself. And there were some times where just through some self-doubt and just ultimately like you go through the process. Obviously some days are hard, there's nervous, stuff like that. So ultimately like just throughout the season, you just keep grinding, keep going, like you build that confidence, you gain that confidence. And ultimately, like, I think once I got my first real action as in the DC game, I my nerves settled down. I wasn't as nervous anymore. I was more talkative in the field. I was more myself. I'm a talkative guy. I love communicating, love reaching out. I'm really vocal in the field, and I kind of shied away from that just because of the fact that I felt all this pressure on myself to be someone and be a certain person on the team this year. But I'm at my best when I'm just more relaxed and being myself. So ultimately, I kind of let everything go a little bit after the BC game, and ultimately the next game, for example, I got the interception, and I started going from there. And it's the biggest thing. It's that trust that we have in each other, like Omar, Blake, all those guys that have really improved this year as well. Like when you're playing, you have to be able to trust the guys beside you. You have to be able to trust the guys in front of you, behind you. Ultimately, when you play as a unit and you play together, that's when you see the most results. So I attribute all my success to their trust in me, and me being able to trust in them.
I love that, man. I think you touched on something really important and interesting, right? It's like you always hit these points in life where you find yourself in a higher position, or a large role of greater responsibility, and you do start to freeze a little, right? And be like, oh, because you do get rigid, you get nervous, and you do have to have that moment of realizing, hey, you got to that position of more responsibility by being yourself.
Right.
The only way you're going to succeed there is by continuing to be the person that got you there, which is yourself. And it's awesome that you kind of were able to recognize that clicking. And, as we look forward, as we get towards the end of this season, we think, okay, what's next for Juice Cryer? What are kind of the main elements of your game that you're focused on going into the offseason to improve into next year?
Ultimately, I just want to be the kind of the more of a signal caller, like the guy who kind of just takes charge of everything. I've come into my own. I've always been the type of guy just throughout Little League and going through high school. Obviously, when you get here and get down this level, like, you gotta respect the guys who've been there before you, right? You gotta wait your turn. So ultimately, and it's been a lot of learning too. Like, Wendy was that guy who was out there calling everything. Last year with Dio and Tatum, those guys who were super vocal, super loud, and ultimately took charge out there, took command. So having to learn from them and something I'm really appreciative of them for, because I still talk there whenever they have the time to. I still talk to them. Anything that's they're going through it right now. So ultimately, I just want to take more charge, and be the guy on the field that kind of just gets everything in order, right? You play your best defense, in my opinion, when everybody has their feet on the ground, everybody's ready to go. There's no confusion. There's nobody getting lined up late. There's no confusion about what we're doing. Like, everybody knows the call. Everybody knows what we're doing, and we're going to go out there and execute. So I take a lot of charge, or a lot of pride in that. Ultimately, knowing that when I'm on the field and everything's going smooth, that I'm out there just calling shots and over there just doing my thing. So ultimately, I just want to be more vocal, and I just have to earn that. You can't, like, with the guys coming in next year, freshmen, other guys that are on the team now, you can't just go out there and start barking orders and tell them to do this and that. Like, that has to be earned. So ultimately, through my play, and ultimately throughout this offseason where we're working out and doing the runs, doing the lifts, like, ultimately just showing leadership by example, not go out there and tell them, like, listen to me, like, ultimately proving to them that I'm worthy to be listened to, and I hope that will translate to it on the field.
Love it, man. Yeah, it's almost like, you kind of find that balance where it's like, you want to lead vocally by telling, if you're too silent, people don't know what to follow, but it's like you lead vocally, and then you give yourself the credibility, though, through that example, through showing them that you're not telling them to do anything you're not doing yourself. You don't know how to do. But man, it's been awesome to watch, just to get the player you've developed into this year, and really excited to see what's next for you, man. And thanks for stopping by and chatting with us today. Appreciate it.